What's up, guys? My name is Emerson, your favorite manic and melanated photographer.
Hey, this is Alex, or you can call me Peach, your local content creator and fruit enthusiast.
And welcome to the Phot-Bros Podcast. This is your go-to show for advice and experiences for content creators from two local photographers from the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. We also have our producer Shane and our writer Juliet. Now let's dive right in. Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to...
It's on me, hold on.
Yo, welcome back to the Phot-Bros Podcast.
The Phot-Bros Podcast. We have returned.
We are back with episode 4. In today's episode, we're going to do something just a little bit different. We are going to be focusing on iPhone photography.
And yeah, we had decided to go more into detail about this. Last time we just touched a bit on it, and this time we just wanted to expand in order for you to understand more about it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I have been experimenting with a lot of things lately on my iPhone, and it has been just mind-blowing, the things that I've been able to do, things I've been able to record just with this. I don't even know how big this is, but
a pocket-sized camera.
A pocket-sized camera.
Editor, too.
There is so much power in your pocket today.
Yes, there is. And not just iPhone, if anything, like just personal portable devices. And in this case, phones. iPhones.
You have Samsung. You have Google phones.
That's probably it.
I think that's it. Those are like the 3 big brands.
Yeah. Because I don't know who else would use like if you use a flip phone. I mean, I guess you can.
Do they still make flip phones?
I mean, if they still sell it, I understand. I mean, as far as I know, maybe only like dealers use that. But like,
interesting.
Yeah. This is according to like some documentaries I saw, but maybe also Breaking Bad. But that's what I know. Flip phones, yeah.
So we're gonna dive right in right here. Now there are 2 competing different kinds of phones. Well, 2 different brands that people kind of fight over: iPhone or Android/Samsung. Alex, which one would you pick?
Well, iPhone. I've had it for a long time. I had different versions of the iPhone. I think the last time I used an Android was like back in 2011.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. It's when they made the switch, I was just like, man, what is this sorcery? Like this device here can do anything. I mean, yeah, it was an older version, but I'm like, wow, it can shoot pictures, it can shoot videos, it can edit, it can. I mean, depends on what apps you have, but it does all this, and then out to this point, it can like take screenshots, it can take pictures too, and then you can just edit it, and then at this point, you can also do stuff like take a picture. Like let's say you have a picture of someone on your phone, you can actually just tap on the person and just cuts out the person, and then you can I'm just like. I'm flabbergasted, my dude. I am like,
yeah. These iPhones are insane, especially with just the video quality as well. I mean, you got cinematic mode, you can do portrait mode with videos, and just the different options you have. I think the iPhones record video up to 60 frames per second in 4K video.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't used an Android in a long time, so maybe you know more than me. Because maybe when was the last time you actually had used an Android or Samsung or whatever?
Android, the
or
software.
Any other phones that are not iPhone.
I haven't used an Android or any other phone other than iPhone since I think I got an iPhone in late 2010 because I was rocking like the Sidekick and the Google G1 back in high school, and I got it. And then after that, I was rocking the BlackBerry because BBM pins were like jump in at that time. All of them, the picture qualities were just not up to par. And I think I got an iPhone in my freshman year of college because my BlackBerry stopped working.
Oh, I remember BlackBerries.
Yeah, I was the kid. I loved my BlackBerry, but it just was giving me so many issues. So I got an iPhone. I got like one of the first ones. I think it was an iPhone 4S.
Oh, I remember those.
I believe, yeah. iPhone 4S. Thing was tiny.
Yeah, like it's like the size of a little Hershey's bar, maybe more.
It was really small compared to. I mean, I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max right now, so this thing's like a brick right now. But
Man, look how far we've come. As
yeah, it's insane. But like, I kind of wish I still had it just to do like a photography test, like to just be like, okay, iPhone 4 quality back in 2010, and then iPhone 13, iPhone 14 quality 2023, 2024, like. I think there's somebody on Instagram that does that right now, where they do a side-by-side with older models of the iPhone, like in the beginning of the whole iPhone generation to now.
Oh, yeah, they do a lot. And it's just not just one photographer. I think I saw 2 or 3 different ones where they compare, like, their camera, right? Like, and then their phone, and then some camera from, like, the 90s or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just compare all the ones. And it's just interesting to see, like, really, like, how far we've come. In technology, especially when it comes to photography, like just everything with that is just amazing to see side by side.
It's mind blowing, man.
I know, like, and then the quality here, like on your phone, you can even shoot in 4K now.
Yeah,
it's just
like
blows my mind.
Like yesterday, I did like BTS videos, and I put it on Final Cut Pro, and I was just like, oh my gosh, my Storytime Sunday this morning was filmed on my iPhone, and I put it in Final Cut Pro, and it looks like I did it on my Canon. Because of the 24 frames per second option that it has, where it's just, it's so mind blowing. So yeah, I don't think any of us have used Android, so there's really not much we can really talk about.
I mean, I guess the one I used was Android, but this is back then, like when it was like very, or whatever it can do was very minimal. Like it can shoot videos, but the quality was just very poor.
Yeah. Well, I will give Samsung Android one thing. I believe their picture quality is just a tiny bit better than Apple.
Yeah.
But when it comes to video quality, nobody can touch Apple.
Google actually made the same, they just really advanced when it comes to their phones too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like video quality, I can tell when somebody's using an Android on Instagram or Snapchat or anything, because you can tell the difference in the videos. No offense to anybody that's listening to us right now that uses Android, but over here at the Phot-Bros, we are team iPhone for life.
Hells yeah. Yeah, no, we are strictly iPhone. There's no way I would switch it, unless I was forced to.
Yeah, so there's a lot of techniques you can use when using an iPhone compared to like using a Canon or a Nikon. One of them is I was kind of skeptical about this at first, but after trying it, it's pretty weird. So like when I do videos and when I do photos and I want to get very artistic with it, I flip my phone upside down and I shoot it upside down.
Yeah, see, it's like not a lot of people know about that. It's still, and I'm surprised, like, you thought all those TikToks and Reels would teach you, hey, flip the phone upside down. If if you're not leveled right, obviously, like if the person you're shooting is like on a little hill, like a bit of a hill, and then there's no point in putting it upside down. But if you're very, like on a leveled floor or a ground, it's all leveled. Like then you then feel free to turn it upside down. It kind of makes you feel more elevated. Makes you feel more like if you take that kind of perspective, like from upside down, like you see the person like a little taller, or I guess whatever you're shooting, a tree, a person, especially a person, it kind of gives the image that they're very, for lack of a better word, powerful, like something more like a dominant figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just, that's what that gives off. And that's what I like to do. That's why I always flip it upside down whenever we're elevated, and I want to make sure I present that.
Yeah, and just like, especially with videos with shooting upside down, you're able to get different angles that you wouldn't be able to do if you were shooting right side up. So that's just, it's just crazy how the little things that you do can just transform the art that you're creating. Another feature that I love on iPhone, the live photos. Do you shoot live photos?
Sometimes like it just pops up there, and I'm like, damn it. But then I'm like, press on it, and it just shows like what I just recorded. And
you can make it into like a GIF.
Yeah, a loop, a GIF. You can even,
I think a boomerang. Maybe?
Yeah, a boomerang. Is this? I kind of like that. What I actually like to do is, I experimented with this on the subway not subway. What did they call it here? Metro.
The Metro.
Yeah. Whenever you go to New York, it's subway. Whenever you're here in DC, it's
the Metro. Yeah.
Metro.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I go to DC to work, right? So what I did was I turn on live, flipped the phone upside down, and then waited for a train to come by, and then shot it, and then I just pressed the button a lot. And it just took a bunch of photos. And then what you can do is actually do a long exposure.
Yeah,
like you can press the live button, I think, and then they have options for loop.
Yep, exactly.
And boomerang, and then you can do long exposure, and it showed the train long exposure.
Gosh, I got to do that one night.
Yeah, no, I did that. I made it all different colors, like because I used a purple tone, and I eliminated what I actually did. I got more creative with it. What I did was I eliminated whatever person was on the platform, because I wanted to make it look like I was just there alone, or it was just empty. The train just did that. And then the lights on the track, I just highlighted each one on Lightroom. And then basically what I did was I think I did like a deep hazing and also brightened it up, where it looked like the light was just like shining brightly and up. So this way, like, it just looks pretty surreal to me. It just looks like something very, because I like I said before on the previous episodes, I'm a very 80s type of person where I like those 80s synthwave, vaporwave vibes. I think you're similar, but like I take it to a whole nother level. Yeah. And that's what I did. Because I like that cyberpunkish type of thing. So it's just very nice to me.
I feel you.
And I just kept it. And what I actually also did was there's this option there that I actually like. They actually put like a wheel option so you can zoom in or zoom out. Yeah, better than just using your fingers, like two fingers to go in.
2 fingers.
Yeah, now they have a wheel, and then you can just use one finger to kind of go in and out.
Yeah.
And for that shot, what I just zoomed out a bit so it looks like so at least I can have a bigger room so it shows the audience.
And I love that wide angle.
Yeah, I mean, is that what you usually do? Because like they have a lot of like different, they have like 0.5 and then 1, and then they just keep going.
I just started like playing around with the 3X, which I think is the telephoto lens. And it's because there was a incident outside of my CVS across the street, and I was being nosy, and I decided to record. And I was just like, wow, this zoom is pretty amazing. Yeah, like I got it clear as day. It's still on my phone. I'll show you after we're done with this. But
sweet.
But yeah.
No, it's that's pretty cool, but it's interesting. Like I mean, there's so many different stuff you can shoot, and then with the focal length, you just choose. Like I mean, when you zoom in, it probably like all the way, it probably is not going to be the best quality afterwards. Yeah, we have yet to get that far. I mean, what you can do too is just the iPhone doesn't have this, so you have to put in like a separate attachment. Like they actually sell those like little lenses that you can put on your phone and just like with the clip and all that.
Yeah.
I used to use that, and then I guess I just thought it was just too much work just to take that, click it on.
I've never used it. So
yeah, I mean I do that with my camera, but like not with my phone, because I'm like, I don't have those external lenses. I mean I do have those external lenses, but I'm not going to put it on.
Yeah, I mean I already have enough camera lenses on my regular rig right now, so I'd rather not have 2 completely different rigs. But that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's too much work. I mean, in my opinion, like they sell it, you can get it, but I mean, if you have it with you, great. But if I don't have it with me and I want to take a shot, like if I want to shoot like a praying mantis on a leaf or something, like I'm not gonna go run and get it. I'm just gonna use the phone and whatever I have, and then just zoom in and out, and that's it. Yeah. But each focal length is used for a different thing. I mean, it's up to you. You have to leave it to your own judgment what you want to shoot and what focal length.
Indeed.
Yeah, so zoom in, zoom out. You can keep it the same if you want. It's up to you. And and in addition, aside from that, there's different modes, and I'm sure you know of this. We have panorama, which I do love, and you can experiment with panorama. Cinematic, which I know about it. I'm not that familiar with it because mine's like a 11. Yours in a 13.
13, I've used cinematic.
I know portraits. Portraits are probably my favorite.
I love portrait mode.
Yeah. Not just like for my own camera, but for my phone too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I liked focusing on the subject.
Yeah.
Yeah, cinematic, you used it before, so tell me about that.
Cinematic, it's basically a video option where It is filmed in 4K and 30 frames per second, but you have like the extreme bokeh. Now you can change your f-stop through the camera app. So usually when it first starts up, you're at f2.8. But usually with me, when I'm doing like videos and I want to shoot in cinematic, I usually do f6.3 just so it doesn't look so dramatic. The only thing that I will say that kind of just ticks me off is that you're limited to 30 frames per second only.
Yeah.
I would like to, if you want it to be cinematic, have the option of 24 frames per second. Tim Cook, I hope you're listening. Whenever you come out with the iPhone 16, can you add 24 frames per second to cinematic? I appreciate it.
And he's typing on his like computer. He's like, "Wait, what do you say?"
Yeah,
yeah. But Mr. Cook, please just listen to my pal Emerson. Like, he's got. I mean, there's some good ideas we can put into the next future generations of iPhones.
Yeah, I mean, it's already too late for right now because the 15 Pro just got released. I'm really hyped for that. I don't know if I'm going to upgrade to it.
I might
just yet. I might wait for the 16. I really like my 13 Pro right now, and it hasn't let me down. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with the 11, but I have to upgrade soon.
Yeah,
because like I'm not gonna wait until like the iPhone 20. I'm just gonna get it.
I mean, I know somebody that's using an iPhone 8 at my job.
Well, I mean,
and I'm just like, how? There's still a home button. I'm just like, I haven't seen a home button.
See, I don't miss that all that much because like you gotta. Like, I press like the button, but I'm like, if I press it too much, or is at one point if I'm like, you know, like under the influence or something, I'm just gonna press it so hard that it breaks. Yeah, like I don't have like something like big strength, like you know, Shrek or some bodybuilder. Like I don't not gonna break the home button, but I just feel like I am.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's why I'm satisfied without that home button right now. You know, because all it does is just like the phone just looks at my face, it recognizes me, and I like that. Hey, honestly, love it. Yeah, and then we have panoramic. Now, it's not my favorite, but like, it is good, but I wouldn't consider that my favorite, but it is pretty cool to experiment. Because like I do this with my camera too. What happens is, for my camera, for example, I'll go back to the iPhone in a sec. I just take a bunch of pictures, but I have to level all of it out. Like, let's say I take a picture of a person, the model, the subject, with the building in the background, and it's so tall. I think people tend to do this in New York a lot or in the city. You basically just level it all out, and then just take a picture, and just keep clicking up into, like, you know, from the person up into the building to the very top. Mm-hmm. And then you can go, there's this feature on Lightroom where you can actually combine it and make it panoramic.
I think I saw an Instagram reel
with
somebody doing it, because
I'm going to do it.
And I want to do it one day.
Yeah. Now, that's for cameras. See, now with an iPhone, luckily, panorama mode, you can just do that, and you don't even have to combine it. You just have to have some really good balance with your phone and make sure you don't screw up. You just have to take the picture, and then, like, you know, it just helps you. There's like a tutorial there for you. It just helps you. You just got to make sure it stays on the line. Right? Mm-hmm. And then just keep going and going and going up. And then you got the picture of the model and of the building, and it just looks very wide angle, right? Awesome. You can do all that. Where it's really cool. Mm-hmm. You can even do, like, that's vertical though. If you do horizontal, I did it before at a national park where it was like I was at the top of a waterfall, and in Montreal, and then I just, like, you know, shot from left to right. I had to do it a few times because, like, the first time I screwed up because there was this one guy right there. And then like, here's a problem. Like, he was moving a lot because he was like he was on the rail, and he was like going in and out to take a better look. And the problem was that when I was recording, I thought I got a good shot, and I did, of the waterfall, but because the guy was moving, his face was actually like elongated, so it looked like he was extending his neck out like a giraffe. Like, yeah. And then I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, it was funny to me. I'm pretty sure I still have the picture, but like, it was just hilarious. It was just funny to me, but I kept
picture it.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna look at it, you know, later, so just to have a good laugh. But yeah, that was interesting too. A good experiment I did with panorama mode, and that's I like to use it. But eventually, when I get maybe the next shoot I have in the city or something, I'll do that panorama thing just because it looks pretty awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. Now there are some limitations to shooting with the phone. Did you have your own experiences? I have my own.
I mean, the one thing when it comes to shooting on a phone, especially iPhones, you don't have too much control over what you're working with. So, like on our Canons, Nikon, or Sony, which you use.
Yeah, there's so many adjustments we can do.
We have so much control of the shot. With iPhones, we really don't. We can just play with the exposure a little bit, but we can't change the shutter speed. We can only change the aperture on certain modes, but in the native camera app, you're just point and shoot all the time. Unless you download a third-party app. Now, the app I use, the Lightroom app, you can click the camera button and you can change your white balance, your shutter speed, your aperture, everything. Just like how it basically takes over your phone and turns your phone into a straight up like Canon, Nikon, or Sony.
Yeah, it's really, really great tool. I mean, I use it a lot because I have an account with Adobe, and then I have well, the only thing that sucks about it is like, I pay $9.99 a month, and I only have like 20 gigs, and I have to delete photos each time. Yeah. Speaking of which,
I don't really use the cloud storage at all. I just use it because
I use like a separate storage.
I need Lightroom and Photoshop, and it's clutch.
Because I'm not paying $20 a month for the 100 gigs. I mean, it's good deal. Well, not that much of a good deal, but $20. Come on.
Yeah. Shout outs to Adobe.
Yeah, I mean, you're still good. I love you, Adobe, but like, come on.
Yeah.
I'll wait till Black Friday. Maybe they have something. Anyways, they have a lot of it's a lot of good features on Lightroom. Now, here's the thing. So there's so much content you can put out there for photos, videos, and so on. Yeah. I mean, because I used to edit photos on the iPhone, and it's there's a lot of limitations there. So Lightroom goes into more detail, and this is a little bit going more in depth, but we have Lightroom. Like here, I'll list off every app that I use for my content. Lightroom.
All right.
This app probably is deleted by now, but they still let people have it. It's a Adobe Express, but it's like a Photoshop for your phone.
It's not deleted. I use it every day. That's how I make my
Well, they stopped actually doing updates, and then I guess they said you can still keep. From what I read, you can still keep it.
Oh, that's
but they won't update it. They won't they probably won't put it out there anymore.
Oh wow!
But if you delete it, as far as I know, if you delete it, it's gone. If you have it, then keep it.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Unless I'm wrong. Maybe they did something different. But I use that. CapCut for my reels and all that. Like, it's just really helpful what they do. And then there's even an online version I do. I guess if I link my accounts.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, I found that out a week ago because I used to use DaVinci Resolve for my videos. But the thing is, I think something happened with my graphics card. It won't let me do it.
Oh, no.
And then I switched to HitFilm Express, which is not as good. And I kind of hated it. So I deleted that too. And then I started using, I think, something called Clipchamp. Yeah, I know. It's not the best, but it did help me with this one video I did of my friend Michaela, a wonderful model. They are amazing. And
Shout outs to Michaela.
Yeah. And then there's also the CapCut, which now I discovered that if you link your account, as far as I know, you can do it online.
I need to do that because I use CapCut a lot when it comes to like whenever I'm like at a shoot and I just want to do like a little recap or whatever.
Yeah, it's really helpful. Yeah,
just use it. CapCut has been just clutch lately.
Yeah, they're amazing. Shout out to CapCut.
Shout outs to CapCut
because they help me so much with my reels, with my TikToks, and if I actually put anything on TikTok, but a lot with reels.
Yeah, you gotta get that TikTok game up, bro. Get it up. Get that TikTok game up, bro.
I only got like 10 videos, and I got to get back in.
I have over 1,000 followers right now, and I have like.
What did you do different? Like I
just started doing reaction videos, man. Just reaction videos, and it just gets a lot of play. I cannot. Yeah.
Well, damn. I guess I got to get on that TikTok. Okay, but But CapCut is just so much. But I'm trying to see what else do I use. What another app? No, I think that's all of it. I mean, unless something else pops up in mind. I mean, actually, I use Script, actually. Scroll. Sorry, Scroll.
Scroll, yeah.
Yeah, SCRL.
I know Scroll, yeah.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, some people actually, was joking with me on this, but they're like, because there's this feature on Scroll. There's a lot of features on Scroll, but it makes, you can make carousels out of, like, photos, and then, because, like, Instagram has limitations, for example, on how you can post photos because they only have a few versions. And if you have a certain portrait of someone, Instagram will give you options, but sometimes it's just not the best option because you can zoom in on it, but then you won't have the whole photo. You can zoom out, but then you'll see it's cropped on the top and bottom, but on the sides you can see black, columns, and then I don't like that either. And then with scroll, you can basically just make carousels. And if for those who don't know what that is, you basically on Instagram, you just go on a post and you just keep scrolling left and right, and then the whole photo's there, and then we can see a background there.
Yep.
And it just, it just keeps going. You just it cuts off photos, but then you just keep going, and it just the rest of the photos there. And that's a carousel. Just keep going, and it's all there.
Awesome.
And Scroll does a really good job at that, because you just choose how many frames, how many photos you're going to put on there, and then just get creative with it. And some people were joking with me on that, because I use a lot of them. There's this one feature they have, or one template, where it looks like film, like on the sides, like it looks like a what do you call it? Film.
Negative?
Yeah, it looks like negatives. but you keep scrolling, and then the background, you have your photos, but then you on the sides, and there's it looks like negatives, which is pretty cool. And some people were joking on me with that, one guy said, "Hey, why do you do this? Like, why don't you just shoot actual film, bro?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you do know this is just just to get creative, just to make sure everything's organized, and I know it was just funny to me, because it's just creative, to just do that. But as far as I know, that's all the apps I use to use for the content. How many apps do you use?
To be honest, I used to use a lot. I do use CapCut. I've used Scroll once, but most of the time I'm just using Lightroom, then import into Instagram, and then boom, we got content.
Oh, wait, take it back. There was one more. I mean, I use a lot of not Google Drive, but Google Photos for storage. I probably have to switch it up at some point, but because I like to listen to recommendations.
Google Photos, I should use that, because Google Drive I'm so limited with, and it fills up so quick. I might need to just use Google Photos.
The thing is, what happens with Google Photos, I think, it takes into your account your emails, how much storage that is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in addition to whatever photos you have.
I got a lot of emails.
Yes, because the thing is, I just keep forgetting to delete all the ones I don't need. Because I keep getting all these advertisements from Fabletics and no, not Kmart. Kmart's gone. Rest in peace, Kmart.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but there's a lot of other messages or emails I get from places I don't even like McDonald's maybe even sends me coupons and all that. And I'm like, yeah, these are great, but this is also expired from a year ago, so I don't need those. I got to delete all those emails. And all those things accumulate in storage. And you can have photos on there, but they take a lot more gigs, than your emails. And eventually you have a limited amount unless you want to increase the data. And that's the thing. See, but I want to at least see if there's another platform, somewhere else where I can store all of this. There's also, there's Google Drive, Google Photos.
And then there's just external hard drives that you can buy.
Well, I have
2 terabyte or 1 terabyte. I have one.
I have one that's 2 terabyte, and it's pretty cool. The only thing is, you can store it on the cloud, anywhere, storage, like Google, Apple, or Lightroom, or whatever. And then you have the external hard drives, which they're good, but the moment you drop it or whatever, and everything's corrupted and everything's gone, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So be careful with hard drives if you get one. So be very careful. Store it somewhere, maybe in a little pouch or something. Yeah, that's what I do. I'm trying to think of getting another hard drive just because I'm going to start making a lot more videos, and plus I got to get a new desktop and everything. But yeah, I'm going to need a lot more storage. So, and I'm trying to hopefully, maybe if one of you guys, the audience, can maybe DM the podcast of any recommendations of any storage that you think is good for videos and photos, please just send it our way, because I'm trying to see.
Slide in our DMs.
Yeah, really, or our personal DMs. I don't care.
It goes down in the DMs.
Yes, but really, I could use any recommendation. I don't know if you want any recommendations or if you have any.
I really don't have any. I mean, there's really just I only know of Google Drive and Google Photos, and that's about. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you search the App Store, you can find something, a storage thing.
Yeah, but some of them are
kind of sketchy.
Yeah,
they're a little sketchy.
Yeah,
am I giving my photos to Russia or something?
Yeah. I mean, worst case scenario, you get hacked, and then those photos end up on somewhere else, or someone steals it, and then they Like make a, you know, those people who like take photos and then make a painting out of it and then post it as their own work. And I'm like, and they don't tag you. That's the worst. And they didn't even ask permission, you know?
Yeah. You go to like Ireland and see your picture on a billboard and they bought it from some janky site because it was on there for sale.
Yeah. One thing you don't want to do, you don't want to like, you know, take your photos and do it and then post it on, some stock photo place. Like,
I mean, Adobe stock is really trustworthy.
That's not what's one thing. It's just that there's this one website because I'm not gonna name drop them only because I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. I guess they find it kind of funny, but there was one photographer who took a photo of the model, and then the model, and then you know that was on a certain holiday or something, and then fast forward and then that model one day goes into some coffee shop. And then finds her photo on a flyer.
What?
Yeah, on somewhere on like on a pin board, I guess promoting something. I don't remember, like an event.
Wow.
And then turns out the photographer who like took that photo, edited it and everything, and he posted that picture on like I forget the name of the website or platform, but it's basically one of those websites where you can post photos there. And then like anyone can use it as a stock photo for whatever. Interesting. And so, yeah. And it turns out someone else used that to promote something. And like, I guess it's part of like, hey, this holiday's for this and that, and use their photo. And then they weren't even tagged. And I'm like, what? How did this happen?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy, but like
that is insane.
But don't use those type of sites, you know, where the people can use it for whatever.
Yeah.
If you have no idea what they're going to use it for, regardless if it was something rated R or rated PG or something, like still you don't want that to happen. So you got to have some trustworthy, you know, storage. Do you want to do the opinion piece, or we can just go into? Here's the thing about the real photo stuff. Like technically we already mentioned countless times how you can use iPhones, but is it really real cameras? Because I don't think there's a such thing as a real camera. Anything can be a camera. Well, yes. In a way. Like, I mean, people will judge you on it.
I mean, it's the same thing how I said in the last episodes about saying cheap gear or whatever. Like, work with your budget.
That's true. That's true. We did talk a lot about that. And then how, because like, if you're shooting something, because my friend Kyle, shout out to Kyle, one of my best friends out there, he did, like, I try to tell him, because he hangs out with our group, you know, the photos. And the thing about Kyle is that he just hangs out with us. Before, I mean, I try to tell him, hey, you should get a camera if you're interested in this and that. And he's like, maybe, but he never actually does it because I don't think he doesn't do photography all that much. He just hangs out with us. Sometimes he's a model, but he just hangs out with us. And the thing with him is like, if he sees something that he wants to take a shot of, he'll get his camera out and eventually the picture turns out really good. And you got to work with what you have. Right, we said that countless times. I mean, Emerson agrees. Right, you work with what you have, especially. If
I was doing that for years. So
yeah, same here. Like I saw a caterpillar on a leaf. I'm gonna take my phone out and take a picture of it. Boom. You know, and then that caterpillar, may end up Instagram famous. I don't know, but there you go. But yeah, that's what happened, and that's what I did before. I even do this to this day because this iPhone 11, it has. Some good pros and cons, but yeah, you have a better iPhone.
I mean, it's all right.
It's all right. I mean, hold on. It's all right.
No, I love it. I love it.
There we go. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, man.
Like, it's all right. Like, come on.
Yeah, dude. But I will always say, like, my Canon rig is still phenomenal as well.
Yeah.
These
it's more advanced.
iPhone cameras, DSLRs, mirrorless, they're all cameras. They all have their weaknesses and strengths. Even my R6 has weaknesses. But at the end of the day, you can create with anything.
What I like to do with my new camera, a Sony XR10, maybe. I forget the actual thing, but
it shoots man, come on.
I just got it, man. I just got it. What I like to do with that is just like record, like, let's say it's raining and then the rain drops on a leaf. Okay. And it's just, you can see it like pounce on that leaf and then just fall raindrop after raindrop and you see it roll. And you're like, you focus on that and then everything in the back is blurry and then you're focusing on the leaf, just the rain falling. You shoot that at like 24 to 30 frames per second and you can slow it down. and then you can add maybe something from Hans Zimmer. Doesn't that just feel cinematic to you?
Yeah.
To me, it does. That's what I like to do. I like to slow things down. I like to maybe, like for my moody ones, like I like to use fog. I like to use color lights and then work with the fog. I like to do silhouettes, slow everything down, because that's just me. And that's what I like to make it more cinematic. And eventually I'll tell a story, but something like that, something as simple as a 10 to 15 second reel or video of something cinematic like that, even with just a leaf with the raindrops, it's just me. That's what I like.
Nah, that's awesome. I mean, I really wanted to get into that. I mean, I've been, like I said, I'm playing around with this iPhone lately. I've been going on YouTube and seeing like how to make things look more cinematic and stuff with the videos and stuff. And they're always like shoot in 4K at 60 frames per second, slow it down into 24 frames per second, add a little bit of vignette, increase that contrast, and boom, add some cinematic background music, and then boom, post it on your Instagram.
Did you say vignette?
I think so. Vignette.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Anyway,
don't judge me.
I'll keep doing it.
The silence was loud with that one.
Anyway, yeah, that's it for the dramatic effect, because then people will think like, is there a staring contest going on?
Yeah, there was.
Anyway,
and I looked at him, and he looked at me.
Like, what's gonna happen next? Anyway, yeah. But regarding the audio, maybe I'll do something. But like Instagram, for example, or even TikTok, they have all those options to put music that'll boost up your views. But you can also add like nature sounds if you want, like in the background. Add your own sounds, and so what some people do is like not even add music. They just put the music on there, take out the volume of the music just to boost up their views, and just use their own audio to talk about it. But as far as audio, that's all I got. I can't really say as to like the science of it, but
you can I mean,
you can play around with the audio. That's as far as I know.
I mean, who knows? Maybe in the future we'll have somebody that knows something about audio and video in a
there's experts
there's experts out there. Unfortunately, we are not experts, sadly. We're getting into it. We're still learning every day.
Yeah, videography is amazing, but like I still have a lot to learn.
It's yeah.
Like maybe one of these episodes, like in the next few months, maybe I'll pop in and say, you know what I learned today, or you know what I learned last week. I learned this and that. So I'll do it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Juliet is texting me some stuff right now. Juliet is our writer, by the way.
Oh, what does she have to say?
She's texting me some would you rather questions about photography, and Shane, our producer, is signaling me to do. Okay, we should do these would you rather questions.
All right, like we'll make it flow. Let's see what it has to. Right. Let's see what's going to happen.
Let's look at this.
All right, so what's the first thing she says?
Shoot a music video on an iPhone or a professional camera. That's a tough one, though.
I mean, it depends if you have the storage. For
your phone, that's a big thing. Yeah. Ooh.
I guess in general too, but for your phone, it's a biggie.
Yeah, because these video files on iPhones are big.
I would choose professional camera because
I would choose professional camera because you have more control over it. Like we said about those apps only work for photos, not videos. So I would do professional camera.
Man, these would you rather questions, like, wow, like, maybe next time, would you rather, like, it's time for the would you rather segment.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, what's next? Let's see. Forget your battery or forget your memory card. Yeah, I think we all know the answer to that one.
I'd rather forget my memory card because I can go to a store and get another one.
Yeah, because
easily.
Yeah, because then if I lose my battery, I am getting on my knees praying to the Lord, please drop a battery in my hand now. Because
if you leave your battery, you're SOL. Really, you can't use any.
I'm just gonna get on the ground and cry because memory card you can just go buy one easily whenever there's the closest store.
A CVS, a Target, you can get them for like $20, and you're good.
But you lose your battery, it's over, man.
Yeah, because no store carries camera batteries unless you go to a battery store. Like, I don't know, there's one called Batteries Plus or something.
Yeah,
but they're not everywhere.
Yeah, and then you lose the shoot, you lose the video content, you lose the respect for yourself and then But anyway, what's next?
Would you rather only ever take photos with people in them or never again take a photo with people in it?
Hold on. Would you rather only take photos with people in them? Oh, okay. I see. Like people in the background.
Oh.
Or never again take a photo with people in it?
I don't know.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. So let's say we're in the city, and then there's people in the background just constantly, because I guarantee it happens in New York a lot.
Oh yeah, it's really impossible to get like a shot without people.
Yeah, because you can city. Yeah, but like what do you think? We could leave it in, like leave people in, and it's like it's part of the background. People are walking, and you're like, yeah, it's like you're taking a picture of someone in the city, and the people are walking by. Or you can just take the time and eliminate them via Photoshop. Right. Yeah. I mean, because you can also, you can leave them in there. They're part of the background. It tells a story, from my opinion.
Yeah, it does. But there's some photographers that just hate that.
They do.
Yeah, it's all depends on the artist creating. Me, I don't really care, really.
Yeah, because it's one thing to take a picture of someone, and this is actually part of I saw this in person. Someone yelled at me because this is part of I guess at a street meet or something.
Oh no!
I know. It's just that like I left my backpack there by accident, and then I was in the shot, and I didn't know that. And then someone said, "Oh, that backpack, like it's really killing me." And I'm like, "Geez, bro, like let me just go pick it up." And then and then like get your hand out of the way. Like I'm like, let me just get the backpack.
Yeah, there's some artists that are just a little really picky about what they want in their shot, and I'm just kind of
like come on, dude, go just. Okay, like if you need to chill, go get some Eggos and eat it. And then
you shouldn't have came to a street meet. That's just like
it is.
You're not going to get like your perfect shot unless you take a model away from the group. But like you can't get mad at people for being in a shot being bad. It's a shootout, bro.
Like the guy really needed a Snickers bar that day. Like he really needed it. But that's what the back, like I understand, like there's a backpack there, I guess, but with people walking in there in the background, if they're blurry enough, then by all means, I keep it.
Very true.
Okay, let's see.
Next one. Would you rather use the most expensive camera lens in the world or use the most expensive camera body in the world?
Well, the body does a lot, but the lens is like a biggie.
The body is basically like the motherboard.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
I do love that like lenses, like they do.
Yeah, but like, can I do both?
Well, the body is okay, but like the lens does like so much too. And and don't forget, glass is it's grand. Okay, it's golden like glass always. Like the body, you can it works. But here's the thing. The body, it's one thing, but the mechanics in it, like the screen and everything that goes with it.
Yeah.
Like it hits on every single camera body. I feel like the lens might do a lot more. And plus, not to mention, like you can use whatever lens out there as long as you have the right adapter. Because what I do is like I have like a 50 millimeter automatic, autofocus lens. And then there's also manual focus lenses that I have too, and then have the adapter with it. And
I think you've showed me that one.
Yeah. So like if that, like one of them is like was for a film camera for a Canon actually.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah. Yep. Now it does focus as well. Now obviously I have to do it manually, which it's a bit of a pain, but I don't mind it because
manual focus is a pain.
Yeah, because it's like 1.2 aperture. Like that's the highest it goes.
Yikes!
I know, and it like the bokeh is like amazing.
I can imagine.
Yeah, you just have to focus it right.
Yep.
And then like because I took a picture of my friend Erica. Shout out to Erica. She's lovely, amazing.
Shout outs.
And she was in focus, and then the background was just blurry enough, but it was just it was amazing. And yeah, but like see, I like lenses a lot. I would use like a really good lens. Bodies, it's okay, but there's a bunch of bodies you can work with.
Yeah.
Yeah. In your case, what body? Both maybe.
I'm so torn right now, man.
Yeah. Don't hurt yourself.
Gosh, I would say I would rather use the most expensive camera lens in the world.
All right. I guess we agree.
Because I really think the lens is the make or break, really. You can have the most expensive camera body, but if you use like a really crappy like lens, the photos are going to come out looking like crap.
Yeah.
So
because there's a lot of crap photos out there that even I have. Because like everything's not in focus. The whole thing's blurry. Now, if it looks very cinematic to me or very, it just fits the aesthetic, then I'll play around with it.
Yeah.
Leave it blurry. Cool. But if it doesn't, then I'll trash it.
Yep.
Yeah. So lenses, in my opinion, lenses, I guess it's really great. I love it. I love it.
Indeed.
All right, what's next? Would you rather only ever shoot panorama photos or only take square photos? Well, I mean, I do love my square photos, and I do love panorama too, but like,
I don't really use panorama a lot, so I would say square photos.
Yeah, like I love panorama, but like using it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know about that because like what's a hassle? Is imagine taking a bunch of panorama photos and then cropping it every single time. I mean, yeah, it's amazing, but like I don't know, man. As square photos, like they're okay. Would you rather
take a photo trip back in time or take a photo trip into the future?
I
am black, so we're going into the future.
Well, I mean, you can.
Time. I'm just saying.
I mean, okay. How about this?
It's some depressing times for black people back.
Yeah,
for my people, man.
Yeah, I don't know what my melanin count is exactly, but I'm not as dark as you. But I'm like tan, brown, beige.
I'm dead.
Yeah, I think I'm a mocha.
Okay.
Yeah, but still, it would have been bad for me too. I think not like to a certain extent. But I think if we can go back to the 80s or 90s, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. Well, I mean, here maybe if we go to Vermont or Maine, I think we're good around the 80s, 90s.
Vermont or Maine, dude? Yeah. No.
No, is that bad?
I would say like I don't even know, man.
I feel like the more north we're good. If we go
possibly,
if we go like to like Florida, I mean like.
How did this get on race?
Yeah, see, I don't know who made this question. Who made
Juliet? I blame you.
We'll talk about this later. Anyway, but honestly, like, okay, how about this? Like, let's go back to the Renaissance period. Photos around that time, it's pretty cool.
I would be a slave.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Is there a period in time? Because in the future, I guess we can go, but like, I don't know what it's gonna be like. You think it's all like, what's a good example? Like, it's not gonna be. It could be all cyberpunk for all we know.
Cyberpunk or have you seen iRobot? The movie iRobot.
I have. I love that film, but there's no way it would be like that, right? Or like Total Recall.
We might have a bunch of like human bots, human androids just walking around and stuff. I think that's dope as ever, man.
I know, but like, I don't know. I mean, it's cool to a certain degree.
I'm always into futuristic stuff, so that's
no. I mean, same, but like if you do it actually in person, I mean, I guess it's cool, but you never know. Like
it's about to be 2024. There's still a bunch of stuff being developed right now. Like,
yeah, I mean, I really do like flying cars. Like I could go to work or like on time. Yeah, I could go anywhere on time. I could just fly it out. Yeah, but then someone calls me.
Yeah, and
then they're like, "Hey, you're in a restricted area, or you're not supposed to, fly in here."
Yeah, shout outs to DC for that. They will. you can't use a flying car in DC. Probably they're gonna shut that down.
Like you better shoot down this drone. Like I'm just here taking a leisurely stroll in my vehicle.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I mean, if I could, I guess I can go back in time. If I had a mask on, maybe just cause. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good period, but I don't think anywhere's good around that time.
Not for people like us.
Yeah. Still, though, if I could try the 80s, I think I could make it work. Maybe if I were at a certain part in California or something.
Yeah, California, you'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, let's see. Moving on. Let's see.
Would you rather have endless camera memory or endless camera battery power?
Endless camera memory or endless
I would say camera memory because I'm tired of spending money on memory cards all the time.
Well, yeah, I mean, what's the biggest one could go up to 1 terabyte in a memory card? I think that's a big amount.
It's terabyte. Is it trilobyte or is it?
What did I say?
You said trilobyte.
Oh, damn it.
See,
I meant, I meant whatever he said. Terabyte.
Yeah.
What did I say? Trilobyte?
Trilobyte. I was all like,
is that
there's a trilobyte?
No, that's a prehistoric creature, isn't it? Oops. Wah, wah,
Oh my
wah.
God.
That's on me. Damn, trilobyte this whole time.
Trilobyte. I'm gonna remember that for a while.
Trilobytes. Okay, terabyte. That's my bad. Okay, terabyte. So yeah, 1 terabyte is actually, or 2 terabytes. Like I think I saw memory cards like that. Those are pretty convenient. Like, cause like the most, like I have that in an external hard drive, but the biggest memory card I have is 256 gigs.
The biggest one I have is 128. I haven't gotten up to 256 yet.
Yeah, it's expensive, but
I
I
have
actually
128 gigs in my R6. Yep.
Because I got a 256 gig memory card on Black Friday. It was actually $25.
Okay, I know.
You got to keep an eye out for those. They will
Yeah.
have good deals on Amazon or on the actual website where they sell it.
I'll
Best Buy.
definitely be on the lookout for that.
No, definitely, I recommend it. But yeah, if I had an endless memory though, I would do it. Endless battery power though, like I have 3 batteries for my Sony camera. Well, for my mirrorless camera, but I also have 7 batteries for my other camera.
Good Lord.
Yeah, no, the guy who sold it to me was like, he compensated for like the losing the other 2 batteries, but 7 batteries. If I charge them all, I can just go through it all if I had the time. But still, I got endless battery power right there for me. So at least for the shoot.
True that.
But yeah, I'm good on that. So what else we got?
Would you rather have someone post your photo with their own terrible edit on it, or have someone post your photos but claim credit for your work?
Okay, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a bit triggered just by reading that. So, would you rather have someone post your photo with your own?
I mean, both has happened to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Although, I mean, if they post claiming for credit on that, like,
Well,
nowadays,
I wouldn't say they claim credit. They just did not tag me in the caption or even in the photo whatsoever. And I'm just like, hello.
Yeah, because you know what I'm waiting for? Before I even comment on that, I'm just going to be like, there's got to be someone who follows them that will say, who took this picture? You know, and then maybe eventually I'll jump in, or maybe they'll be like, hey, tag this guy because he took it for you.
Yeah.
But instead, people are like, you know, like, yes, queen, or something like that. Like, oh, my ears look so amazing. Like, yeah, I get it. Like, they probably do look amazing, but I'm the one who took the picture. Where's my credit? And then, like, I thought we were friends. I thought, you know, like, I'm the artist. And yeah, we're both creative. I like the model does an amazing job modeling, posing themselves, knowing what to do, but, you know, share credit, like, please. Now with the other the terrible edit though, I mean, I guess, like, I wouldn't say all edits are terrible, right? Like, it's one thing, like, imagine like you edit a picture and then they put a filter on it. See, that's one thing. That's their own edit, and I'm using, you know,
I mean,
quotations.
And sometimes the filters just makes your photo look just really bad.
I know, because it's like edited.
Yeah,
edited,
I'm just
and
like,
put another
edit on it, and I'm just like, why would you do that?
I know, because you put too much of something on there, and it's just like, yeah.
And we talked about that in like the first episode about how people edit and just how sometimes they just like put the saturation up way too high, everything up way too high, too much contrast.
Yeah.
And they think that's fire. And I'm all like,
yeah, I don't know if this is
I
don't know if this is the best comparison, but like if you go to Baskin Robbins and you order some ice cream, right? And then you put all these stuff on it, like, it looks good, like, because you're doing that to the photo, right? You're customizing your own ice cream, but you put so much of this and
sometimes too much.
I know, you got your little Oreo crumbles, you got your gummy worms, you got your
less is more.
Yes, exactly. There we go. Yeah. Like, I mean, I do love some gummy worms in my ice cream, but see, here's the thing, like, you don't want to add too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, you know, with me, if I were to choose between the both of those,
I would rather somebody post my photos and not tag me in them.
I mean, I feel like I'm leaning towards,
because at least it's still on brand for me.
Yeah, that's true. We get credit, but I'm like, if anything, people can ask me, like, hey, is this actually how you did it? And I'm like, no, here's my version.
Yeah.
You know, but claiming credit, I want my credit.
Very true.
Yeah. Well, that's
all right.
Is that all of it, or what else we got?
That is it.
Oh,
yeah.
So this has been great, man. It's been
amazing.
Yeah, thank you, Shane. Thank you, Juliet. Thank you, Emerson.
Anytime, man. Thank you, Peach.
Yeah,
thank
you're
Shane.
welcome.
Thank you, Juliet. Y'all are awesome.
Yeah, we are pretty awesome, right?
Thank you for listening to the Phot-Bros Podcast. Feel free to follow us on Instagram at Phot-Bros Podcast and follow us on X/Twitter at Phot-Bros.